I had a patient ask me last week, "Doc, should I take bile salts?" That seems like a nice, simple question, and we just wish that all simple questions had simple answers. You know, some things do. Some things seem simple, like just do the right thing. But even that, do the right thing is not difficult. It's defining what is the right thing to do that can sometimes become complicated. So we're going to talk a little bit about bile acids and should we really take bile acid supplements? First of all, just a couple of things about bile acids. You can get them, ox bile, cow bile. They take it from the gallbladder of the animal when they butcher it. And yes, you may recognize this, what the organic chemists call this chicken wire scenario. That's cholesterol. These bile acids are based form of cholesterol. You also may remember, those of you who study cholesterol, that most of it we make. It isn't that we ingest it. And bile acids, I think we make about a quart a day, or we use about a quart per day. And 95% or so is recirculated. What do bile salts do? Here's the real simple point. Bile salts make it possible for us to digest fats, oils, things that are not water soluble. How do they do that? Well, bile salts or bile acids have two sides to them. They have a lipophilic side, the side that binds. Lipo means fat. Philic means loves. It binds to the fat side. But then on the opposite side, that binds to water. Hydrophilic. So that's how bile salts work. That's how bile salts make it possible for us to digest fats and oils. There's some other things that we won't get into very deeply, but there's a significant interaction between bacteria, our gut biome, and these, again, cholesterol-based bile acids. Now let's switch for a minute and talk about some things you'll hear and see on the internet a lot. Things like a liver or gallbladder cleanse. What is that? They'll say, okay, for 1 to 3 days, take bone broth, green leafy vegetables, not potatoes, green apples for that, and the sourness is a good part of it, milk thistle, a thing called buplurium, lemon oil, and then you'll hear, look, within a day or two, your body overnight will release gallstones. Does that really work? Not so well, but it's usually not that dangerous. So if you want to try it, try it. I sound like a classic old doc talking about this, and so yes, let me tell you what you hear in classic old medical school. They really talk about risk factors for gallbladder disease, and they talk about the 4 F's, the 5 F's, even the 7 F's. The 4 F's were female, fat, flatulent, and fertile. The 7 F's add fair, fat intolerant, and 40. So that's some of the old news, some of the maybe new, but maybe not so reliable news. What's the reality here? Does supplementation work? Well, it does if you're a mouse. There's little question, but it does help if you're a mouse. It also helps, supplementation with bile acids help if you're a broiler, a chicken that's going to be eaten. But that still doesn't answer the question, does it? Well, you thought I was going to say, no, it doesn't help if you're a human. Maybe you thought that, but I'm not going to say that. Not so fast. You know, this article from Multiple Sclerosis News Today comes from a science article, Science magazine, talking about taro urso deoxycholic acid. What? TUDCA. It's one of the classic bile salt supplements. And what they're showing is signals for improvement or help for multiple sclerosis. Why multiple sclerosis? Well, you know, multiple sclerosis tends to be sort of a demyelinating disease, inflammation associated with the lining of the nerve sheaths. And guess what? Cholesterol is very much involved in that process. That still doesn't answer the question, though. Doc, should I take bile salts? I don't think there's enough evidence to say everybody should take bile acids, bile salts, but I don't think the story is complete and permanent. Things could change, and I told you it would be complicated. Thank you for your interest. Winning stuff is exciting. It's fun, right? Why don't you win some stuff now? Click the link below, watch the video, answer the questions, and the more you answer right, the better your chances of winning. Give it a try. Win things like free courses that can save your life.